Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello my dear prep stage students. I hope you are fine. Today we are going to talk about our unit 16, Animal Stories. Let's start with the new vocabulary of the story of this unit, which are two stories about the ant and the grasshopper, and the goose with the golden egg. So let's move to our new vocabulary of the unit. First one is ant, small insect that lives in a colony, number. The second, grasshopper, small insect that has the ability to jump long distances, garada. The third, content, pleased or satisfied, قانع أو راضي. Third one, the fourth, foolish, lacking good sense or judgment or unwise. Foolish يعني أحمق. The opposite of foolish is wise يعني حكيم. Showing good judgment or the benefit of experience. Now let's move. Goose, a bird which has feathers and webbed feet and is capable of flying, swimming, and walking on land. Greedy, having greed and selfish desires. Greedy. طماع. Moral, of or relating to principles of right and wrong in behavior. Moral يعني مغزى. When I'm talking about a story with a moral, it means it has a message. Moral. Lay, to produce eggs. Lay is a verb. The past is laid. Sight, the ability to see. Escape, to run away. Escape يعني الهرب أو يهرب. Surprised, to feel surprised or wonder due to an unexpected event. مندهش. Wonderful, very good or admirable. Wonderful, رائع. Steal is a verb. Steal, stolen. To take something illegally or without the owner's permission. يسرق. Now let's move to our expressions of this unit, which is the first one is prepare for. Prepare for يعني يجهز أو يعد لي. Ask for advice. يطلب النصيحة. Give advice. يعطي نصيحة. Get dressed. يرتدي ملابسه. Feel content. يشعر بالرضا. Collect food for يعني يجمع الطعام من الأكل. A story with a moral. قصة ذات مغزى. Fall into يسقط فيه. Go for a ride. يذهب لركوب شيء ما. Like I say, I go for a ride. It means that I go, like مثلا I go to ride something in the fun fair. Take back. يسترد أو يسترجع. respond to. respond to. يرد أو يستجيب لي. For nothing. For nothing. It means بدون. For nothing يعني من أجل. أو for nothing ببلاش. Exercise 1. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Read these questions carefully and think about the right answer. The first one, story with a moral, has a. 2. If you feel content, you are. 3. I saw a beautiful white space near the lake. 4. Aya was very upset after she lost her necklace. 5. Wanting more money, food, etc. than you need means. 6. A snake had space and nobody knew where it was. 7. We will go space. The first one will be story with the moral has a message. Yes. 2. If you feel content, you are right. You are happy. I saw a beautiful white goose near the lake. 4. Aya was very upset after she lost her, yes, golden necklace. Golden necklace. 5. Wanting more money, food, etc. than you need means greedy. Greedy. طماع. A snake had space and nobody knew where it was. A snake had escaped. Escaped. Okay. 7, and the last one. We will go for Arab. For Arab. Now, let's move to our language function of this unit. Today we are going to talk about respond to news. Respond to news يعني الرد على الأخبار. It means that sometimes we have we respond to good news or bad news. Let's see what can we say in the situation of good news or bad news. Like, if someone tells you that you won a prize or your sister had got a baby, your father had bought a car, these sentences, we call them good news. So we can say congratulations or well done or great news. Congratulations or well done or great news. In the case of telling bad news, what can we say? We can say, what bad news? يا له من خبر سيء. As I say, your friend's father has just died, or your friend has had an accident. Or I can say, sorry to hear that, or oh dear, oh dear. If someone says to you, congratulations, or well done, or great news, what can you say? You can say, thank you, or yes, I hope the same for you. I hope the same for you. If someone tells you, sorry to hear that, or oh dear, you can say, thanks for your feelings, or well, never mind, or it's okay. Now, let's move to this little exercise. Exercise 2 about this part of the unit. What do you say in the following situation? First one, your friend has passed his exam. 2, you heard that your uncle had an accident, or your sister has had a new baby. The first one, good news or bad news? Yes, it's a good news. So we can say well done or congratulations. The second, you heard that your uncle had an accident, so it's bad news. It's bad news. We can say, I'm sorry to hear that. The last one, your sister has had a new baby, so we can say, congratulations. Congratulations. Now, this is the part of the new vocabulary and the language function of the units. Now, let's move to our part of the unit, which is the structure. Let's move to our part, this part of our unit, which is the past perfect. Today we are going to talk about the past perfect. The past perfect, we had studied it before. Now let's move to the form of the past perfect. بيكون من ايه؟ من subject plus had plus PP. Subject, had plus PP. Look at this example. I had done my homework before I watched TV. I had done. Had done. Had التصريف الايه؟ التالت. They ate out after they had finished working. Had finished. Had finished. So, we use the past perfect. Usage. We use the past perfect to express an action that happened before another one in the past. يعني بنوصف حدث تم قبل حدث آخر في الماضي. So we are talking about two actions in the past. One of them happened first. واحد من الاثنين بيحصل الأول. The first action we put it in the past perfect. She had a cup of coffee before she started working. So, had a cup of coffee, the first action. The second action is she started working. The second action in the past simple. الماضي البسيط. Started. She didn't go out until he had made his bed. Had made the first action. Had plus PP. The second action, he didn't go out. Now, let's move to the negative form of had, which is hadn't plus PP. He hadn't called Ali before watching the match. They hadn't had the lunch by the time they did the homework. The form of question, had subject plus PP. As I say, had you finished working by 6 o'clock? So the answer, which is yes, I had, or no, I hadn't. Or when we form a question with WH word, we use WH word, had subject plus PP. Like this example, what had you done before going to the club? I had studied my lessons before going to the club. The main part of this unit, or the main part of this tense, is time connectors. Time connectors. الروابط. تمام? Let's start with the first group of time connectors, which they are after, as soon as, after, بعد, as soon as, بمجرد أن. They are after or as soon as are followed by the first action, which is past perfect, the second one, which is past simple. يعني الحدث الأول في الباست perfect والحدث الثاني في الباست simple. Look at this example. After we had seen the film. So the first action, had seen the film. The second one, we slept. We slept. Another example. When we use after or as soon as in the middle of two sentences, we use past simple preceding after or as soon as, and after as soon as or after we use past perfect الحدث الأول. يبقى after أو as soon as قبل منهم الحدث الثاني وبعد منهم الحدث الإيه؟ الأول. Like she went to the market. She went to the market ذهبت للسوق يبقى ده the second action. As soon as she had tidied up the flat يبقى had tidied the first action, went to the market the second action. يبقى نركز كده ان after او as soon as دايما جاي وراها الحدث الاول. جت بقى في الاول او جت في النص دايما جاي وراها الحدث الايه؟ الاول. طيب. Let's move to the second group. Before, when, or by the time. Before و by the time بمعنى قبل. When عندنا. Before or when or by the time followed by the second action الحدث الثاني وبعد كده ال past perfect اللي هو الحدث الأول. Like I say, before I had lunch I had done my homework. So I had done my homework first. ده الحدث الأول. Then I had lunch. بعد كده تناولت الايه؟ الغداء بتاعي. يبقى before أو by the time followed by the second action الحدث الثاني بعد كده the first action الحدث الأول. طيب when before or when or by the time in the middle of two sentences. لو جاية في نص الجملة هيبقى قبل منها ال past perfect اللي هو الحدث الأول وبعد منها ال past simple الحدث الثاني. Like this example, they had played football by the time they took a shower. يبقى they had played football, the first action, the second action which is took a shower. Took a shower. Okay. We have until or till. Until or till بمعنى حتى. Pay attention that until or till come in the middle of two sentences. يبقى بيجوا دايما بس في النص. Preceded by the second action. يبقى بيجي قبل منها الحدث الثاني. But in negative form. في الحالة المنفية. يبقى هنفي بالايه؟ الباست سيمبل. طبعا نفي بكلمة didn't plus infinitive. followed by past perfect اللي هو الحدث الايه؟ الأول. Like I say, he didn't visit Aya until he had bought a present. يبقى had bought the first action بعد كده visited Aya الحدث الثاني. اوكي. لو عندي so or that's why. So or that's why means لذلك. So or that's why come in the middle برضو of two sentences. بيجوا برضو في النص. يبقى قبل منهم ايه وبعد منهم ايه؟ قبل so او that's why الباست بيرفكت الحدث الاول وبعد منها الباست سيمبل الحدث الثاني. Like I say, she had studied so she got the full mark. يبقى had studied the first action got the full mark الحدث الثاني. طيب because preceded by the second action او الحدث الثاني وfollowed by الpast perfect اللي هو الحدث الأول. Like this example, he didn't go to school because he had been ill. Had been ill. كان مريض. Now let's move to our exercise. Now let's talk about something which is we can use verb ing after or before. ركز بقى في الحتة دي كويس قوي. We can use verb plus ing after أو بعد after or before. يعني after verb plus ing then الpast simple اللي هو الحدث الثاني. يبقى الverb ing هنا اللي هيجي ورا after هيعبر عن الايه؟ هيعبر عن الحدث الأول the first action. Like this example. After having lunch I watched TV. يبقى having lunch دي الجملة دي كانت ايه أصلا؟ After I had lunch. يبقى having lunch هنا بتعبر عن الفيرست ايه؟ action الحدث الأول. طب لو before جه وراه verb plus ing يبقى الجملة الثانية هتبقى الباست بيرفكت اللي هو الحدث الاول. يبقى الفيرب ing هنا ده بيعبر عن ايه؟ the second action، بيعبر عن الحدث الثاني. like this example: before sleeping I had brushed my teeth. يبقى I had brushed my teeth ده الفيرست اكشن. هنا كانت الجمله المفروض اقولها ازاي؟ او كانت العادي بتاعها ازاي؟ before I slept. before I slept الحدث في التصريف التاني. Now let's move to an exercise about this part. Rewrite the following using the words in practice to give the same meaning. The first one: I went to the park because I finished my homework. Before, use before. Second, the boy saw his father, then he ran away as soon as. After he had studied, he went out for a walk. Use until. طيب نشوف كده أول جملة. قبل ما نحل الجمل اللي زي كده، أول حاجة نركز فيها نحدد الحدث الأول والحدث الثاني. I went to the park because I finished my homework. أنهي الأول وأنهي الثاني من الجملتين دول؟ هنا يبقى the first action I finished my homework. يبقى الفيرست هنكتب فوقيه 1. طب I went to the park هنكتب فوقيه 2. الفيرست اكشن ده بيكون في زمن ايه؟ بالظبط كده البوست بيرفكت. يبقى الجمله هتبقى كده: Before I went to the park. ادي الحدث الثاني I had finished my homework. يبقى ده الفيرست اكشن. طيب نفس الفكره هنا: The boy saw his father then he ran away. لو في then دايما كده فاعرفوا ان الحدث الاول بيكون اللي قبل كلمه then يعني ثم. يبقى ده الحدث الاول هنكتب فوقيه 1، وهنا he ran away الحدث الثاني. we use as soon as at the beginning في الاول. يبقى الجمله هتكون كده: The boy أو as soon as the boy had seen his father he ran away. الحدث الأول had seen والحدث الثاني ran away. The last one until. احنا قلنا من شوية إن كلمة until بنستخدمها فين؟ قال إيه؟ in the middle of two sentences. وبيجي قبل منها قلنا the second action in the past in the negative form في الحالة المنفية. يبقى نحدد هنا برضو after he had studied. يبقى had studied دي the first action. he went out for a walk دي السكند action الحدث الثاني. يبقى هتبقى الجملة كده: he didn't go out for a walk. he didn't go out for a walk. يبقى نفيت الحدث الثاني didn't plus infinitive. went الماضي جبنا منها الانفينيتيف اللي هو كلمة go. He didn't go out for a walk until he had studied. طيب في نهاية اليونت بتاعنا أتمنى إن أنتم تكونوا فهمتوا الجزء ده كويس جدا. تمام؟ إن شاء الله هنتابع مع بعض أو هنكمل مع بعض بقية اليونت. أشكركم على حسن المتابعة. أشوفكم إن شاء الله في الحصة القادمة، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.